Hey everybody, hope you guys are all doing okay. Welcome back to Siralim Ultimate. And the first thing I'll say is that it has been quite a while since I've last recorded a proper video. Over 10 days. And I'm glad that I had the backlog that I did, because it really was needed. See, the thing was, I got sick with a very annoying cold or flu. I'm not sure what it was, but it was like it gave me the worst sore throat that I've had in years. For like 3 consecutive days, it was constant pain. Painkillers didn't do anything. You know, everyone has their own home remedies, salt water, honey. None of that worked. Like for 3 days, just constant agony. And then it slowly went away, and then obviously, when it goes away, you're not immediately fine, right? Like, your voice takes a while to recover. So it was a while that I was pretty much just... let me just mute my other computer notifications. But yeah, it was a while before I was able to, like, do anything at all. For a few days, I was... like, the fever was so intense, I couldn't even concentrate on playing games. But eventually, when I got a little bit better, I was like, okay, I need to get back to this game, but I wasn't well enough to do commentary. I was also aware that there's so much to do in this game that I can't just leave it alone. So what I did was, I was like, okay, I'm not gonna do a proper progress-seeking kind of video that I'm not gonna commentate on. Post-commentary was also not really an option. Like, this game is difficult enough to commentate in real time because of how complicated it is. Post-commentary, forget about it. Like, I would need to be able to look things up on the spot using the game's codex in order to know what has happened. So I was like, okay, so post-commentary not an option, recording full videos not an option. The alternative that I settled on, I was like, okay, until I'm well enough to do proper commentary, what I'll do is, I'll do something similar to what we did in the casual mode video that we had a few episodes ago. The casual mode, the filthy casual episode, where instead of trying to make progress, I just, when I had free time, when I was feeling well enough, I played on 1 realm depth lower than the maximum one, which would mean that I never progressed beyond that. And also, I was like, okay, I'll play on this realm depth. The main thing that's going to happen is I'm just going to gain levels for my creatures and resources. And it's a way for me to stay sharp, you know, remember what my build is, what my skills are, what my macros are. I was like, and also while I'm playing on these low realm depths, I was like, I'll record without commentary any interesting things that happened. So that's what I did, and basically the way this episode is going to work is in a bit I'm going to show you a highlight reel. It's not that long, it's about 7 minutes long, of the things that happened while I was still sick, while I was still playing on low realm depths, and not making, you know, realm progress, not fighting new bosses, not doing anything like that. And once we're through with that, I'll even put an annotation for which time you can skip to if you're not interested in watching the highlights. There are a couple things that happened that were interesting though, so I recommend you check them out. But in case you're not interested, I'll have a time stamp for when you can skip to. And then what we'll do is, after that, we'll resume this video, and yeah, and then we'll just carry on from there. So that's the plan. I'm gonna be starting the highlights kind of montage, not really a montage, just a sequence of highlights. Gonna be playing that right now. Okay, highlights are done with. I hope you enjoyed it. Some interesting things happened. The most interesting to me was that one encounter with that strange animal where it, for free, gave me a rank in one of my relics. And as you know, relics are powerful ways to tweak and just flesh out your build. The encounter gave us 1 rank for the relic of Vitreous. How much would that have cost us? Well, we have other relics that are at 100, so we know it would have cost us exactly 10,100 piety. So from that one encounter we got essentially more than a 10,000 piety payout. That's more, well, that's almost as much piety as we get from a filled out, not Rune of Prophecies, Goblet of Trials. This fellow here. Which is very, very decent, but it seems to be a rare encounter because in the hundreds of hours that I've been playing, that's the first one we've seen it. Oh, and speaking of the Goblet of Trials, one of the highlights was I filled it up and I collected the reward, and I showed you, how much piety we got, and flipped through those other pages as well. One other thing, and this is something that I didn't realize until I was watching the episode back, is, so let me go to my bestiary, and let's sort by name. I summoned a creature called the Pandora last episode. Pandora, here we go. It's a mimic type creature. The reason I summoned it was because I encountered it in one of the realms. Instead of a normal mimic fight, I found this creature, and then I came back and I summoned it. What I didn't realize was that apparently I had already previously fought a Pandora. So normally when you encounter a rare creature for the first time, it'll say at the bottom of the screen, knowledge level, whatever, and it'll say summon ready Pandora. It didn't say that. I assumed that it flashed and I missed it, but no, it actually didn't say that. And in fact, if we look closer at the Pandora, where the hell have you gone, man? Oh, no, so those are my summoning creatures. I need to go to my full list of my bestiary. We've already gotten a bunch of knowledge for the Pandora, so it obviously isn't something that happened recently, us encountering it for the first time. And I think what happened was there is a separate rare encounter in the Nether Realms. I don't know if we saw it on camera. I'm vaguely remembering it right now, where there's an NPC and a bunch of chests, and it seems like you're getting treasure for free. But if you open up all the chests, it ends with you having to fight Pandora as a kind of mini-boss. I think that's where I found Pandora for the first time, but I just didn't... It didn't occur to me what the creature was. Maybe I mistakenly thought it was a regular mimic, or maybe I made a note to summon it and never did. But anyway, so that's why the thing about the Pandora being ready to summon didn't flash. It's because somehow, somewhere, I had already found it through a separate encounter. Now that's almost through with the list of things I wanted to get through before jumping into the action. Oh, one last thing. This week we've got a 25% greater chance to find nether stones. One reason I was really upset that I had to take so much time off from playing is because I think in one of the last, like in the last set of videos, the weekly bonus at the time was a greater chance to find cards. Now I think I wasted a lot of days on that just because I was busy and then I got sick, which was just the worst combination. Nevertheless, you know, 25%, it's not make or break. Like, we can still find cards even without the 25% bonus, and indeed we have been finding cards without that 25% bonus, but it would have been nice to be able to spend more time playing while that bonus was active. I think the only rare item we found in all of the kind of low realm depth, zero instability runs that I was doing was one skin from one of the creatures. Which, you know, is still a pretty nice find. That's definitely one of the rarer items to find. Anyway, that's enough about that. What we're gonna do is we can ease ourselves into the action. Obviously, you've got to turn realm instability all the way up. And I think this episode, because we don't want to go too crazy right off the bat, you know, immediately, you know, first episode after an awful, awful illness, I think we'll just do one run, and we'll try and make it a good run. 423 is a fantastic bonus. Hopefully we don't immediately get killed. One thing I should show you is I'll show you the level that my creatures are at, because we did gain a few levels from those low instability runs that I was doing. Like, there were a lot more runs, obviously, than just what was shown in that highlight package. A lot of them, nothing interesting happened. Occasionally some fun, rare thing would pop up, but from doing all of those runs, and occasionally running across a dumpling, I think maybe we just found one dumpling, I don't remember. We did gain quite a few levels from that. And I guess one thing I'll also show you is how much currency we have. We've gotten a fair amount of all the basic currencies. I've also gotten various emblems. I was doing random realms, so whichever realm I was randomly sent to, I would have found a few emblems per you know, each of those runs. And one final thing that I'll quickly show you is there a list where we can see what our what level of favor we have with all of the gods? I'll quickly go through this, because I did gain some favor with some of the gods. So just to show you what level that we're at, there are 30 of them, but it won't take too long. And I'm not going to read out their names, I'm just going to go fairly quickly. And if there's a god in particular that you're interested in to see what level we're at, you can wait for their name to pop up, and then you'll see what level we're at. One thing I'll do is I'll show both pages for the favors we've gained with the god. So if there's a god that you're interested in, and you also want to see what types of favors we're getting from them at that rank, you'll be able to see that. Okay, let's do it like that. Getting through it fairly quickly. A few of them hit 30. I think our lowest one right now is 27. I don't think we have any on 26. Regalis, obviously, far beyond all the others. Regalis, do you have a... You have a third page. I'm glad I checked. Regalis has a third page of bonuses. Amazing. Right, let's just quickly go through all of these others. Just because, you know, I want to make sure that you are fully apprised of everything that changed in what I did off-screen, even if it's not hugely consequential. Still, you know, want to make sure that you guys are in the loop, you know, in the know, as they say. Okay, that is enough of that. Now, with this item bonus, I think what we should do is, rather than a random realm... What? Oh, it didn't save. It didn't save. Oh, it did save. We just had to jack the instability all the way up. I would have been so annoyed if it hadn't kept that. I was really worried for a second. It did save, you know, the whatever the seed was for the realm properties. What it didn't save was the level of instability that it has by default. I think we're going to have to actually do a realm at that level for it to be set there. Alright, now there's a specific place that I wanted to go, if I can remember. What? Not the Cutthroat Jungle. It's the place where there are piles of treasure on the ground that have a chance of spawning. Not the Overgrown Temple. Not Eternity's End. God, and I don't even remember what the god was. Faraway Enclave? No, that's something different. Is it on the second page? The Swamplands, here we go. The Swamplands with Meraxes as the god. We want to go there. Because we just want to maximize the amount of treasure that we're getting with this high loot bonus. Okay. Starting off with a donation, and let's see what realm properties we have. Enemies heal every turn. We can deal with that. We can blight them. End of turn cast belong to... These actually aren't strong against life. These actually aren't that bad in terms of the realm properties that we could have gotten. Of course, we'll know for sure once we get into our first combat. What the hell is going on? Guys. Okay, the end of turn cast is really messing with us very badly. I need to do reincarnation. I actually need to reset my macros. They don't have Resurrect on Death, do they? They didn't, but one of them, frustratingly, had Rebirth. Let's just do a Rabbit Dementia. Okay. I need to reset my macros, because... So for you... Your macro is gonna be the reincarnation one. And so is yours, actually. Because this is not a low-level thing where we can just swing blindly and hope to win. These are enemies that we're gonna have to take seriously. These are enemies where we're gonna have to rely on the more traditional style of combat, which is buffing ourselves and gaining stats and that good stuff. Ooh, look at all that loot. The entire side of the screen filled up is what I like to see. Is this? Ooh, the two enemies. We kind of dodged one of them. Didn't dodge the other. Now, here's an interesting question. Should I actually attempt Rabbit Dementia? Let's see what happens if we do Rabbit Dementia, just to get it. Okay, that is kind of working. One of them, again, frustratingly came back. So, we are tough enough to take enemies out. But because of the enemies that they're fused with, I think some of them will be resurrecting. Yeah. We seem to have a pretty good handle on this situation. Alright. I'm not gonna do any optional combats until after I've collected all, you know, the buffs and debuffs and stat bonus things that are scattered around this map. Unluckily, haven't found any treasure golem spawns. I was hoping to get like a, you know, a nice treasure golem or two, although there are a few treasure piles that we haven't interacted with yet. Maybe one of them will end up being one that gives us a payout. We'll have fun. Oh, this should be pretty easy. This should be easy. These enemies are weak against the animators. Again, annoyingly, it looks like one of them is coming back. But as long as it's only one or two of them, we can handle that. Okay. Another debuff to the enemies. Cursed is gonna be good. Okay, once again... maybe I should have... Maybe I should have kept my macro as the Rabbit Dementia one, because it seems like we're just plowing through them willy-nilly. Aside from that first combat where they got the jump on us and cast a few annoying spells. Alright. It seems we've already fought the Master in this realm. Is that it? I'm gonna have to... I don't remember fighting the Master in this realm. It must have been... was the last video we did the casual mode one? Let me just... It was. The last video was the casual mode one. So what I did was... I accidentally went into this realm and I was like, you know, before I forfeit, let me fight the Master. So that's what happened. That's what happened. Now these guys might be a bit of a problem. Yeah, because they are significantly tankier. But even they cannot withstand the chain reaction corpse explosions. So because we've already beaten the Master, there's no point dilly-dallying. Beat the realm quest as well. Oh, one other thing that I'd been doing while I was doing my low instability runs was I was just doing various projects. Like, you know, pilgrimages are the main ones, but other ones, like there are achievements for doing every kind of project 100 times. So, just made a bit of progress on those by getting those done. And now, before we end, let's do these optional combats. These, I guess you can think of them as mini-boss rooms, which give you pretty nice loot. Ah, that's annoying. It's really annoying. This should finish you guys off, hopefully. Ooh, 10% speed. Oh, hey, nice. A nether stone. What does this do? Demonic strike on defend. Spectral swords on attack. Demonic strike on defend. Spectral. So, demonic strike was chaos. What does this do? Interesting. And I think spectral strike was sorcery. Spectral swords. Neither of these seem like they're damage dealing spells, but neither of them are like, you know, like super synergistic with our build. Like, so I'm inclined to not use that, and maybe, as harsh as it sounds, maybe just save that nether stone to grind it up for piety later on. But you know, it's still a nice find. Always nice to find rare items. And even the ones that you don't end up using, like, you can still grind them up into piety, right? Alright. Alright. And let's even do these. Yeah, I need to switch my macro back. I need to switch my macro back. Okay, this is pretty good. Unfortunately, we didn't find any treasure golems in this realm. But that's, like, occasionally enemies, because of some realm property, maybe they've got a speed bonus, maybe you've got a speed penalty, or some other, you know, debuff enemies will go first, including rare encounters like dumplings and treasure golems, and this will reduce the chance that they will just run away and leaving you sad because you didn't get anything from them. And there should be one more of those large things. Ooh, there's a whole section of the map that we haven't seen. There's also those Imlers, but before we do anything, I am going to change your macro up to the Rabbit Dementia one. And in fact, yours as well. Actually, I'm gonna change your strategy to attack, because I think we want to do targeted attacks. Pick out creatures that we are strong against. Although that's not gonna be relevant, because from all creatures are of the same type. So really it doesn't matter. Really it doesn't matter which one we attack. So Rabbit Dementia for the extra damage seems like the more intelligent thing to do. And there are no more wandering enemies, so I'm gonna summon some these enemies. We were working on the Uralos, something or the other. The Uralos Knight. This is gonna be annoying because we've fought these guys before and they do this thing where their trait doesn't work the way, you know, the description implies, and they get those bonuses way more times than they should, which isn't a question of making the combat too difficult. It's just about making it redundantly long. Like, they're gaining all those bonuses, but they're still dying immediately after that. So what was the point of them having gained those stats? It's just a minor quibble, minor little bit of irritation. But you know what? Hopefully, the high realm item bonus, more than 400%, hopefully that affects the chances of enemies dropping a card. Because if it does, then we'll have a good chance of getting one from these guys. So far, nothing. Ooh, looks like one of them turned out to be pretty tanky, but corpse explosions are gonna take care of the rest. Alright. Good stuff. They're gaining defense or something, right? Yeah, and it's not really helping them too much in terms of surviving. Ugh. Oh, I'm so glad when we don't have these guys to farm anymore. Just give me your goddamn card already. It's been long enough. And more of them. I guess the other thing we're getting is resources. Not that we have any shortage of resources, but it's at least something we're quietly accumulating in the background, even if we're not actually getting the card from these candle spawns. Let's even do this combat. Straightforward. Let's even do this. One of them's gonna come back. I can tell when those corpse explosions start going off instead of immediately ending the combat. Annoying. Annoying for sure. Oh god, why are you so tanky? What's your problem, man? Fortunately, the others weren't nearly as tanky. Ooh, there's one more treasure pile. Could this be? We've got a 5% chance of getting a treasure golem from this. No idea what's happening here. Oh, it must be an Imler thing. Whatever it was, it annoyed me, but it didn't actually do anything for them. And doesn't look like we got a treasure golem out of that. So just 7 more enemies. Come on, guys, come on, just drop your card. You know you want to. Hey, there's a prophecy task done. Nope. It's hard to tell where exactly I am when all the creatures are overlapped like that. Let's pick up the pace. Okay, there's another one up there. Come on. 4 more to go. Doesn't look like this is gonna be the one where we find the card, but you never know. I think there has been one occasion in this series where the card was dropped by like the 20th enemy or something. 20th out of 20 that we summoned from the candle. Come on. The other annoying thing about this is that it seems that even turbo mode glitches out and doesn't go as fast as it should. Like, I've got to manually advance the game to get through those entirely redundant corpse explosions quicker because of, I don't know, something to do with the complicated and potentially buggy scripting of the way these guys are prolonging the combat, getting those stat bonuses that aren't even doing anything for them anyway. Well, I was gonna say I'll stop complaining about that, but that's a lie. I will probably never stop complaining about things like these. Let's see, in this case, I don't know if you noticed, but those explosions were actually happening very slowly. I had to repeatedly press A. You probably heard me pressing A in order to speed them up. And in fact, maybe that's why my A key is so sticky, is because despite it being turbo mode, I'm still having to press A so much with these enemies. Am I gonna summon 20 more of them? I don't think so. I think we're good. We're just gonna call it good. Anything else in this realm? No. We do have a couple of missions to hand in, so we'll take care of that and then we'll just call it good. 2 projects to turn in. Experiment, which I did just for the hell of it, and a hunt. And start a new hunt. Let's see, do we have Griffin Veteran yet? As a hunt target. Where are the Griffins? What? Centaurs, Electropods. I'll do it by name. You know, I'll check in the bestiary whether the Griffin Veteran you're still, well, press the wrong button. You're still at E rank, so we're not going to be able to do much with you. Pretty close to D rank. Alright, so I guess we'll just start a hunt on a random creature. Whatever we have the least level of knowledge with. Davy, why not? And we've got another project. We did an experiment. Let's just do a forage, because I don't do these that often. We're gonna have to do 100, or 50 or 100 assassinations as well, and those are gonna take so long. But that's something to worry about for later. For now, I think, let's just, you know, slowly easing myself and ourselves back into this game. So let's just leave it there for now. Nice, gentle realm that we did. You know what? Let's roll ourselves a nice item bonus. 356. Extra traits though. Nah. Yeah, I hate extra traits so much that I will lose a 356% item bonus just to get rid of extra traits. Gems Sealed is pretty bad, but the rest of these aren't that bad. We'll see how this goes. Anyway, we've rolled ourselves a bonus for the next episode as well. But yeah, so we had a nice, gentle realm that we did. Nothing too dramatic happened. We'd already fought the Master in the previous episode, and we did find a nether stone, so that was good. Not a particularly exciting one, but but still nice find. And we farmed some more Urlos Knights to well, to no avail really. But eventually, one of them will drop their card, and completed a couple of projects as well. Just one of those episodes where you're chugging along, making tiny bits of progress on different fields rather than one amazing thing that kind of is the cornerstone of the episode. And in a game like this, of course, you're gonna have episodes where you're not gonna have something amazing happen in every session. You're just gonna have to enjoy playing and be happy with the small amounts of different kinds of progress that you're making. And this is definitely one of those kinds of episodes. But anyway, that is going to be all for this one. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you'll stick around for the next episode as well. And until then, take care.